Every single year, the anime community says the same thing. This is the best year for anime ever. And every single year, they are somehow right. But 2026 is different because 2026 did not just bring back our favorite franchises. It brought something rarer and more exciting than that. It brought completely new stories, brand new worlds, characters nobody had ever seen animated before, anime that had never existed on screen until this year. And 5 of those brand new anime, 5 first-timers, 5 debut series, are so extraordinary that watching them right now in June 2026 feels like being present at the beginning of something that is going to matter for a very long time. These are the top 5 best brand new anime of 2026 that you absolutely cannot miss. Let us go. 1. If you're new here, this is anime, manga, and manhwa at the deepest level every single week. Subscribe right now and do not miss a single video. Number 5 is Marriagetoxin, and I want you to hear this premise out completely before you make any judgments, because it sounds one way and then it becomes something else entirely. The story follows Hikaru Gero, a poison master, a man whose entire existence is defined by his mastery of deadly toxins, who embarks on a journey to find a wife. The reason is personal and the logic is completely his own. What follows is a series of encounters where Gero meets women, rescues them from danger, becomes their hero through his very specific and extremely lethal skill set, and then attempts to build a genuine connection with each one of them in the hope that one of them will agree to marry him. On paper, that sounds like a comedy with action elements, and it is funny, genuinely, consistently funny in a way that very few anime manage. But the studio behind it is Bones, one of the most respected animation studios in the industry, and they brought their full capability to this production. The action sequences are among the best 2 animated fight scenes of the entire year. Every poison technique is illustrated with a visual creativity that makes each battle feel completely unlike the last. And underneath the comedy and the action, there are surprisingly honest romantic moments where Gero's sincerity and complete lack of pretense produce a kind of warmth that catches you off guard. Marriagetoxin is the definition of a hidden gem. Most people slept on it because the premise sounded too light. Those people missed one of the freshest and most enjoyable new anime of 2026. Number 4 is Daemons of the Shadow Realm, and this one has a piece of context that immediately tells you everything about its quality. It is the second major manga series created by Hiromu Arakawa. If that name means nothing to you yet, let me put it simply. Hiromu Arakawa is the person who wrote Full Metal Alchemist, one of the most universally beloved and critically acclaimed anime in history, a story that has been held up for over 20 years as the standard for what a shonen narrative can achieve in terms of writing, emotion, world building, and character. And Daemons of the Shadow Realm is her next story, set in a world where long-lost twins named Yuru and Asa are born with the ability to control a pair of powerful daemons. The anime immediately establishes that it is not here to ease you in gently. The premise is dark, the world is complex, and the twists, the genuinely surprising, well-constructed plot turns that the community has been reacting to episode by episode, demonstrate that Arakawa has not lost a single step of the storytelling instinct that made Full Metal Alchemist legendary. Bones Film is handling this adaptation as well, and the visual quality is stunning from the very first episode. This anime is still airing and will continue through the summer season, which means it's only getting more ambitious. Getting into it now puts you ahead of a story that is going to be talked about for years. Number 3 is Sentenced to be a Hero. This one debuted in winter 2026 and immediately became the most discussed new anime of that season. And not just because it was good, but because of what it said about the entire genre it exists within. The isekai genre, the genre of ordinary people transported to fantasy worlds, has become so saturated in recent years that many fans stopped taking it seriously as a vehicle for original storytelling. Sentenced to be a Hero arrived and, without being an isekai at all, delivered exactly what the best isekai stories were always trying to deliver and rarely achieved. A fully realized fantasy world with genuine consequences, a protagonist whose concept of heroism is challenged, dismantled, and rebuilt over the course of the story, and a darkness, a willingness to show what heroism actually costs the people who choose it that most fantasy anime are too comfortable to commit to honestly. The debut episode stunned the community. Many fans called it the best single first episode of any new anime in years. It has imperfections. The pacing in its middle section moves slower than its opening suggests, but it ends on a note that has the entire community hungry hungry for what comes next. This is fantasy storytelling that respects its audience's intelligence. That alone makes it unmissable. Number 2 is Akane Banashi. And I need to say this carefully because Akane Banashi is the kind of anime that requires a small amount of explanation before you watch it. And that explanation is the only thing standing between you and one of the best new anime experiences of this year. Akane Banashi is a shonen jump anime built around Rigaku, the traditional Japanese art of solo storytelling, where a single performer sits on stage with only a fan and a small cloth and uses their voice and body alone to bring an entire cast of characters and a complete story to life for an audience. That is the world this anime lives in. Akane is the protagonist, a young woman with an extraordinary natural gift for Rigaku and a personal mission tied to her father that drives every moment of her training and her competition. The anime functions structurally like a sports shonen: tournaments, rivals, training arcs, moments of breakthrough and failure. But the sport is storytelling itself. Watching Akane perform Rigaku on screen is watching anime at its most creative because the animation team had to figure out how to make a single person sitting still, speaking, become visually riveting for minutes at a time. And they solved that problem brilliantly. The cultural specificity of Rigaku means that some layers of the story carry more weight for Japanese audiences than for Western ones. Certain jokes, certain performance traditions, certain historical references land differently depending on your background. But the emotional core, a daughter chasing a dream that connects her to someone she has lost, is universal. And that core is what makes Akane Banashi the second best new anime of 2026. And number 1, the best brand new anime of 2026, the one that has the entire global anime community talking, the one that critics, fans, casual viewers, and longtime otaku are unanimously calling the freshest and most beautifully realized new anime in years, is Witch Hat Atelier. I want you to understand what makes this anime extraordinary, because the word extraordinary gets used too often, and I mean it completely. Most anime about magic work by making magic feel powerful and mysterious. They keep the rules vague, the source undefined, the logic deliberately hidden, because the mystery is part of the appeal. Witch Hat Atelier does the opposite. Its magical system is built on scientific and mathematical principles. Magic in this world works through the drawing of specific symbols and diagrams called glyphs, precise, structured patterns that produce precise, structured effects when drawn with sufficient skill and understanding. Magic is not a talent you're born with, it's a language you learn. And not single design decision changes everything about how the story works, because every new discovery feels earned, every limitation feels real, and every moment of magical creativity feels like watching someone think brilliantly under pressure rather than simply being more powerful than their opponent. The protagonist is Coco, a girl who has dreamed of magic her whole life. It is told from birth that she cannot be a witch because magic is something only certain people can access. And then she discovers the truth about how magic actually works, and everything changes. The animation studio Bugs Film brought a visual style to this adaptation that matches the manga's famously detailed and gorgeous artwork in a way that the community genuinely did not expect was possible. Every frame looks like a painting. Every magical sequence is designed with a care and a creativity that makes you stop the episode just to look at what's on screen. Witch Hat Atelier is not just the best new anime of 2026, it's the kind of anime that reminds you why you started watching anime in the first place. If you watch only one new anime from this list, this is the one. Start tonight. Those are the top 5 brand new anime of 2026. Witch Hat Atelier at number 1, Akane Banashi at number 2, Sentenced to be a Hero at number 3, Daemons of the Shadow Realm at number 4, and Marriagetoxin at number 5. Every single one of these is a first season, a debut, a story that didn't exist on your screen before this year. Drop in the comments which one you are most excited to start. And right now, because next week we go even deeper, and the content is only getting better from here.